Mzo, how are you doing?
Hey,
Baba,
uyaphila?
niyaphileka kodwa.
Hayi siyaphila mfethu.
Hayi kuhle bo. It's a youth month, Baba. We have to be young at heart. Ayikho enye indlela, we have to be young at heart and fanele sijabulele ukuthi sibancane nathi.
No, definitely like akumele uzuyitshela ukuthi usumdala. Never say I'm too old for this, I'm too old for that. You must always just dive in.
And inhliziyo ihlala incane vele, ihlala ifuna into ezincane.
Yeah, uhlale njalo nje umuntu omusha at heart.
Wemzo, namhlanje ngiyajabula futhi ukuthi sibe ndawonye and ngiyajabula kuba nawe. Ngifuna siqale-ke la ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi last week sithe we-introduce le ndaba ukuthi sikhuluma ngani uma sikhuluma nge-Fourth Industrial Revolution. Ngabuye ngakhumbula ukuthi phela fanele abantu bazi ukuthi sobani, senzani, siqhamukaphi ukuze umuntu angacabanga ukuthi sivele sehla nje sikhuluma i-Fourth Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, sure.
So namhlanje ngifuna nje ke sikhulume le ndaba, sike sithathe nje abantu ukuthi ba-understand ukuthi ubani uMzo. Wenzani uMzo? Uqhamuka kephi uMzo? Ungenaphi kulezi ndaba nje bese ngena ngo-Fourth Industrial Revolution okhosini ekhuluma ngazo sometimes ngo-Thursday nami. Kusuke kuqale kephi le ndaba? Konje uMzo ubani? Akusitshele nje impela uMzo ngemvelaphi kaMzo.
Yeah, uMzo khona Gumede. Okhulele lapha eGingindlovu. It's the north of KZN, phesheya kothukela uma ungala eThekwini. Ngikhulele nje endaweni yasemakhaya, sikhule endaweni ekhula ngezimoba. So I grew up in a family interested kakhulukazi ey'ntweni ze-farming.
Umlimi.
Yabo nje I think mfethu uyayibalekela lento uma usukhulile uzama ezinye izinto, but I feel like I'm going back to it now. But ngikhule ngempela ngey'tshalo nje ngisemncane. Yona mpilo nje ibikade siphilisa ekhaya kakhulukazi.
IGingindlovu konje uthe ngakephi? Ngifuna ukuthi umuntu ongayazi ngeke ngimthathe ngomqondo abone ukuthi iyephi le ndawo esikhuluma ngayo.
Gingindlovu is north of KZN, ngasemandeni, ngaseshowe, eMpangeni. So ipart lendawo. Mhlawumbe abaningi bazi u-toll gate lo ukuthathayo uma uya ngase showe uyolundi. Khona u-toll gate okuthiwa iseDokodweni toll gate.
Ngiyawubona.
Ulwandle ngala, mina-ke nami ngingena kulowa toll gate ngibheke as if ngiya edorobheni eGingindlovu. Bese ngiyabuya ngene emhlabeni. So indawo yakithi ibizwa ngokuthi Sengulule, amakhaya angempela. So nami ngikhulele khona emakhaya. Ubaba wami enesithembu, enamakhosikazi amane. Uma wami-ke uyena behlala eGingindlovu. Amanye amakhosikazi baba abehlala eShowe. Kusabakhoze, yeah.
Wafunda kephi kuMzo ngoba ngiyazi phela ukuthi sonke siyangena kulento zokufunda isikole. Ungene kephi esikoleni wena Mzo?
Ngifunde esikoleni ekuthiwa iManqakaza kwi-primary school. Ungena kwami esikoleni very interesting because ngangiya ngiyongena ecrash. Kodwa ngihamba nosisi wami. So icrash yayingaphakathi e-primary school. So ngathi mase ngihlukaniswa nosisi wami ngakhala kokugcina. Ngangineminyaka lapho ngithi 5 ngicathi kufuneka umntwana aqale ena6 u-first year. But ngenxa ukuthi ngakhala nje ngathi angiye ecrash ngifuna ukulandela usisi wami. Thiyo mkhulu ke angazi noma yazi le format yokuthiwa beka isandla sakho kanje.
Yebo, usibeke mothinta indlebe sekulungile.
I still can't understand that. But now kuthiwa bamba idlebe. Ngalibamba idlebe. Wathi umkhulu indala le ndoda ayingene kwa first year ofunda nosisi wayo.
Wow.
So I started early at school. Actually, I finished my matric when I was 16. Advantage yaba lapha ekutheni ngaqala early. A year earlier than my sister. Mine 16. Baningi abantu abaqede bena 16. But comparing to my sister, ngaqeda kuqala. So sangena nosisi wami. Safunda ke. And then ngaqeda u-standard 5 ngayofunda ke u-standard 6 esikoleni okuthiwa iNgoba Makhosi. You can hear me by saying standard. I'm not talking grades because
Yes.
I really started studying back in those years. Yabo, ngikade nje mina matric ngo-96.
Oh,
So
okay.
ngimdala kahle kahle ukuthi
Oh, baby face nje kuphela.
yeah.
Yeah, so uma ufunda esikoleni iziphi izifundo awuzenza? Ngoba ngifuna ukuzama ukuhlanza le eyokuba uyifama, ukufunda, nalezo kukhuluma ke siya kuyona phambili futhi.
Like interestingly, like when I was growing up ngiqala nje from first year esikoleni ngiqala the primary ngenza standard 1 I knew what I wanted to be a radio DJ. Like uthisha omunye wabuza eclassini wathi ngifuna ukuba yini yabo basho abantu baphoyisa nani and ngathi mina standard 1 ngathi ngifuna ukuba umsakazi and everyone laughed. Yeah, so umsakazi kanjani, and then like it became a joke for a couple of years. Kids used to lock me kokunama shelf lapha esikoleni ama shelf asekhoneni kuthiwa ngene phakathi bese ngiyasakaza on the other side.
Sakaza ibhola.
Yeah, into njalo. But I was always interested ekulingisenini umuntu ofana noVivi Omkhize. I was a big fan of Vivi,
the legend.
Growing up, yeah. So yena umuntu angihlale ngimlingisela njalo. Like abantu bazobajwayela ukuthi umsakazi crazy thing ukuthi kanjani uzomsakazi kanjani kanjani nami ngiqale ke manje ngoba babuza mina uzomsakazi kanjani nami ngiqale ngiyibuze ngempela ngibuka iradio ekhaya ngihambisa idial ngizwe ukuthi hayibo there's so many other radio stations that you can listen to, and then ngagcina sengazi from a young age ukuthi mangifuna uhlobo olukuthi lo music ngolithola ngasikhatsini ku radio thizeni. While I was still at primary, I was very, very involved with the love of radio. Ngawuthi ngisho ngilusile enkomeni ngangiphatha iradio kwakunenkomo ekhaya. So ngithi ngilusile ngiphatha iradio masisebenza emasimini kube khona iradio bekwayo laphana and then would work. Up to even now, if you want to wake me up, mangilele mawuvula iradio ekhaya and then I wake up. Not because I'm just interested, I want to hear what's happening on radio. My love for radio is very deep. Ganjalo, and I can't explain it. Gomunye umuntu I understand, but now omunye umuntu one passion entithizeni you understand what I say by ukuthi uthando lwami radio laqala ngemncane. And then one of the things being accepted by my father ukuthi ngiyazazi into ze-agriculture, because at school from primary there was agriculture where we would learn ukuthi kutshalwa kanjani ithombo, and I would take that information and bring it back at home because baba wami was a struggling farmer eqala, and my dad just noticed ukuthi hey, this guy is actually useful to my farm. So not as if we had a choice, we worked very hard at home. Masimini, wake up mhlambe ngo-2 ekuseni sobophela iy'nkabi. That's the life I lived when I was young. Sibophela iy'nkabi silime sitshale before going to eklasini esikoleni ekuseni. So that's the kind of life I lived. And then I went to high school nakhona. High school, and then I started getting interested in drama. So nge-breaking, ngihambe ngo-practice drama because it was not part of the curriculum. So I've learned to sacrifice for things I love and things that I value from a very young age. So like i-break yami kunokuthi ngohlala ngodlala ibhola or ngenzeni, because I was not interested in that in terms of ukungikhulisa, ngangi-interested with drama nani. So I would take my free break ngiyohlala negenge senze drama sicule senze into enjalo until I finished the trick.
Wow, that is very interesting actually. I mean, umuntu sometimes umelalela ukukhuluma okhosini ngangacabanga ukuthi kugxileka kangakanani indlela odlule ngayo empilweni nalendlela ofunde ngayo. Kusinye isikhathi abantu aba-understand masilalela abantu ekhosini ukuthi i-background yabo ihamba kanjani. Maybe ake sithi nje kancane music yena ngisho ukuthi le ndoda le khona indoda engiyitholile la ithe yakwazi ukuthi ivele isifakele umculo nje phakathi nendawo sithi kwehlisa kancane, and then emva lokho masibuya Mzo ngifuna ke siqale sikhulume ngokuthi kwagcina kanjani ke usungena kwezokumsakazo ngampela usuqala phela usuba uDJ Mzo osaziwayo, and ihambe kanjani leyo journey ngoba manje mina ngikwazi sesihlangana okhosini ukuze
Yeah.
uze ufike okhosini ibihamba kanjani. Ake ngibheke la ukuthi lo mfowethu lo uzofaka nje umculo kancane ke sithi nje ukujayisa kancane phela siku-youth month baba.
Asibangene. Ayisibone siyenzeka.
Baba.
Cabinet has determined that the alert level for the whole country should be lowered from level 4 to level 3, with effect from the 1st of June 2020.
The sale of liquor in licensed premises will now be permitted as of the 1st of June for the limited period between Monday and Thursday from 9
Ukujabula abantu abasha.
to 17.
All new to me.
Iyavuma Mzo, iyavuma. Kuthiwa thokoza, angazi ichaza ukuthini kodwa ithi thokoza.
Thokoza close.
So ake sikhulume ke Mzo, kwase kwaqala ke manje sesiyaqala siyaphuma esikoleni. Siyaqala manje iba serious le ndaba ngoba usuyaphuma esikoleni manje uyoqala uyobona umsakazo ngampela uyabona imic. Ihamba kanjani leyo mpilo sesifika okhosini?
For me, into eyenzeka mangiqeda shuthi umatric, and then we realize it's okay. Firstly, in terms of funds awekho, ayikho imali ukuthi mhlambe ngikwazi ukufunda university. I think there was a lack of guidance as well ukuthi as we were growing up high school isikwazi apply for bursaries. We didn't know about NSFAS. I don't know if it existed at that time. So kuthina kwakuthi uma uqeda umatric uma ungenayo imali yokufunda shuthi sekuphelile ngawe. Kumele ufune amatoho yebo into kanjalo. And then on the paper ngabona i-advert yomunye umuntu owayethi ufundisana ukusakaza eThekwini. And then I asked my mother, was okay, nayi course kade ngifuna ikulento le vele ngifuna ukuyenza ukusakaza. I think it was like 1,500 rands. I came to Durban ngazofunda ngifunde 2 weeks loyo ngenza leyo course leyo. As much as I can say, the course didn't do much for me. Kodwa, it was one of those things engadlula kuzona ukuze ngidlulele kwesinye step esilandelayo. So through this course, this guy took us to different radio stations around KZN. Obviously, SAPC, East Coast Radio was still based at the SAPC. So we saw East Coast Radio, we saw Lotus through Glungoza Jamawindi. njengoba abantu bejwayele ukufika bezolunguza. So I saw Ukhozi FM. Like I had an idea now, it's okay, this is what the radio studio looks like, as much as ngaphandle kwe-glass. This is still in 97, at the beginning of 97, January, February, kanjalo. And then after finishing that 2 weeks course, I had a demo tape that was done on cassette. Ngahamba, ngabuyela ekhaya, ngicela uma again ukuthi, can we find a place in Durban so that ngizohamba ngihambisa le demo tape?
Yeah.
And kwafuneka sathola isihlobo sangasekhaya, omunye uthisha wayenehlobo eThekwini, wangiposa-ke ngezeThekwini, ngawuhlala emzini wabo for a few days, move around, went to all radio stations, dropped the demo, and until I went to AUKZN, lawa based khona Durban Youth Radio at that time. So this is early 97. So when I get there, give them a cassette. Fortunately, they bailalela right when I was there. But and then they told me, would say, hey, you can't be umsakazi, yabo. They told me in my face, would say, now we don't have a space for Mtofana now. And then I said, studio saying, they took me to the studio to show me studio. So nasi studio. Mangfika studio sakhona. There's this guy, we are practicing ukusakaza because they were off air at that time because of some technical problems.
Yeah.
Athi ngithi mina ngiyithanda lento ngimtshela ukuthi ngisuka kuphi. Athi hayi buya ngomgqibelo. Kuzobe kune staff meeting. Ngimtshela ngithi hayi bathe abangithandi voice yami. Athi hayi buya ngomgqibelo kuzobe kune staff meeting.
Awesome so.
Staff meeting. Hey, nami ngabe ngisabuza imibuzo eminingi. So that Saturday I come back. Like ngifike laphana kugcwele ngimbone lo mjida lo igama lakhe uStorm Manana wathe uStorm. Ngimbone imbingelele athi hayi singene kwi-meeting, staff meeting nje abantu baningi, nami ngihlala iqhubeka i-meeting ikhulunywa ngey'nkinga zakhona ukuthi i-Durban Youth Radio ayikho emoyeni, wathini, these are the reasons and whatever. Yabo, serious meeting. Nento ngangawajwayela ama-meeting. I had never been in a meeting before. Up until kufike the point where they're saying they are losing music yantshontsho. So they need a librarian. They were going to pay this person 300 rand.
Yeah.
And then any volunteers who are interested to buy a librarian. And then I raised my hand. And everyone was like, and who are you? How did you get into this person?
Ungene kanjani?
Ubani wena kule meeting manje yabo. And then there was another girl who also wanted to be a librarian, but she was a student here in a university. I think she was doing law. And then they said we must support why we think we should be librarians. She said, okay, Ngama weekend, when I'm free. And then I capitalize her. Oh, this person is full-time studying here. And his statement, some opposite, I'm available 24/7. Whenever you need me, I'll be here. I'm Fundi and the ekhaya kithi kulekude ngiyacela ninginikeze ithuba to do something eThekwini. If this doesn't come right, I'm packing my bags, I'm going back home because there's nothing for me. And then fortunately saphuma kwavotwa and then they decided which I'm the librarian for Durban Youth Radio.
Wavotelwa nje impela.
Avotelwa, yeah. It's quite a long story, but maybe just to quickly explain. And then ngaphelelwa indawo la ngangihlala khona because I didn't have money to stay to pay rent. But I had started sorting out the library as a Durban Youth Radio at the time. They were off air. Ngagcina sengihlala kuyona library yase Durban Youth Radio, just sorting out music. Makhona abantu bafika bezopractice because we were off air at the time. And then they'll get music and then bring it back. Yabo, kwangama-CDs nje, yabo, manual way of doing things. Up until kuzokuphela mhlambe about from actually February till November. When njalo mina ebusuku, even Durban Youth Radio masibuyile yayingabuyi 24/7. Yayivala ngo-9 phakathi nsuku. So I would, after 9 mabevalile, because ngase ngihlala ngaphakathi e-library, ngangena emoyeni ngipractice ukusakaza yabo kungazwakala kodwa emphakathini. So one day kwakhona olovayo ngobo November ngo 3 ekseni kwathiwa nangu bani akasafiki, and I was there because I was already staying there. Kwathiwa okay awungene Mjidi. Angangena ngashaya, and then ngakusasa everyone was like, who was that guy on at 3 a.m. in the morning? So the guy, or programs manager at that time, didn't really believe in me, but he was a friend of mine. He didn't really believe that I could do that much on air. Yep. But after Naizing Zwile, I became his favorite. Makono Ngeko, and then started putting me on. It's okay, bambala. And then by 98 January, I was like, I had my own show doing 12 to 3 Wakona. So that's how I started at Durban Youth Radio.
Wow. And how did this then end up ususokoza indoda ngoba phela ngizafuna sifike lapho engwazela khona.
Indindlela. And then from there till 2000 Durban Youth Radio yavalwa, but I had achieved so much. People had like become aware of igama lami uthi ngubani and what I can do on radio. I had won competitions. I won a competition ya Coca-Cola, which gave me some proper gigs. Ngaqala manje nga DJ endaweni ezibalekile. As much as we were volunteers at Durban Youth Radio for all those years, but I was now getting something on the side. Ukuze ngikwazi manje ukuphuma e-library la ngihlala khona, get a flat, share a flat with other guys. So impilo yalokhu ikhula kancane as much as ekhaya babethi uphila ngani, but ngase ngikwazi ukuyihlanganisela impilo njengendoda.
Wow.
And then yavalwa i-UR 2000, and then again salimala. I had to find ways. Ngahamba ngosebenza e-salon because I didn't want to go back home ekhaya. Ngohlala ekhaya. Ngasebenza kwenye salon lapha ku First Street, ngicleana khona, ngiclean. I was not doing hair, just cleaning salon. And then someday got a call from Highway Radio in Pinetown, a Christian radio station. How uswenzani manje Mjidi? Ngathi mina ngila salon kwathiwa woza la uzoshaya audition. Afika ngishaya audition, ngangena. So that is 2003 to 2005 bengise Highway Radio ngenza u-12 to 3 wakhona emini. And then 2005 I got a chance at Kakasi, started doing ama weekends akhona ngakhula kancane. I ended up doing breakfast yakhona. Actually I've had the biggest numbers in terms of listenership through the show that I was doing. Ekseni, we reached close to 1.2 million listeners on that show, and I had taken it from I think 700,000, and there were a lot of doubts from people to see was I gonna be able to bring that show to the level engait share igyon. So I was able to, in terms of numbers, I brought in 1.2 million listeners. I had that I created around the show that were having a life of its own outside of radio. So I really enjoyed my time at Kakasi, and then up until kushaya isikhathi sokuthi ngimuvele Okhosini FM, which was last year, and I'm also enjoying ukufika kwami Okhosini FM. And ukufika kwami Okhosini FM bekuvele ukuthi ngizoqala kabusha. I'm going to learn izinto ezintsha and grow, and I feel ukuthi Ukhozi is giving me isikhathi sokuthi ngi-adapt to the brand and learn a lot of things. And Blonyaga, I'm starting to see the results as well as we go forward, and I'm semi-familiar with the brand.
Wow. No, it's fulfilling to understand ukuthi iqale kanjani. And I think ngithanda umzo ingoba uvulelekile ukusho futhi ubunzima ohlangane nabo nanendlela zokuba uvuke futhi njengomjida and ukwazi ukuyibamba iqhubeke. I think mase sisiyangase kumaphethelweni sengifuna nje ukuthi siyibambe la phezulu ke manje around i-technology umzo. Phela ngithi uthe ufunde emafamu wena wasitshela ngokuthi wathi uyilusela vele. Naku phela sesikhuluma nge-technology, sesikhuluma nge-4th Industrial Revolution. Umzothi usakazela ekhaya, umzo ne-studio. Qhamuke kephi umzo, iqhamukaphi le fuqufuqu nalolu gqozi le-technology nalo?
Like izinto eziningi, I'm self-taught izinto eziningi. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi from Durban Youth Radio days kwakuthi bakuvaliwe, I'll go into the studio and practice. actually, internet was born in front of me. It was around the times when I was at Durban Youth Radio, when the dominance of the internet came. Saqala kuma chat rooms, talking to people, just being amazed with how I have a friend ophesheya kwezilwandle ayibonanga esemposela ngempela something yabo complimenting into ekhona at that time, mhlawumbe a postcard, someone that you had met online, them trying to reach through to you to show you what you know. Behind this computer, there is actually a real person, you know what I mean? Up until I realized internet can give me information to even better my radio shows, I just realized with internet, actually, you can do almost everything and anything.
Wow.
As a young man, when my life started to prosper, living by myself, having almost everything that I could wish for, internet was always there to help me to find out how do I switch that thing that I just bought on?
Yeah.
How do I, do I really need to go to a chemist? Or do I really need to go to a doctor? I just found a lot of a relationship here on the internet. Yeah, cool. It was my first reference. Mangbuza anything, I go to the internet. There's so many things that I've done online. These shows that you see now online, I had the first South African WhatsApp radio channel last year. That I was also just testing waters, trying to see what can happen. I had always had this thing with, no man, go WhatsApp, you can have a channel where people comment it back, but can get group
Information.
Group. How can you block everything else? When you keep content pay.
Yeah.
So my research led me to starting now a radio station laying online. That was just for fun. And then once I got to experience it, I got fulfillment, and then I dropped it. And probably I'll go back to it someday, saying in a purpose clear with what I want to do with it. So my love for internet is great. Even when I buy a house, I find out the area which doesn't have fiber. Like I'm such it's the first thing, you know, like the amount of money I put on cabling at the house for things to work well from the first day, even before my family moves in. That's the thing I make sure. Okay, Tolomuntos or cablisha TV upstairs, downstairs. Yeah, I'm just always, I just love FYR and what it does for me. The information. I even study online. Sometimes I study not to get a degree, but these free courses so that I can learn more and just new things.
Wow. No, I think lento le iqale kahle. I think ibaseline ngiyayithanda ngoba asikhulumi ukuthi wahamba waye London, asikhulumi ukuthi wahamba waye America, emva lokho wayohlangana ne-internet khona wabuya waze Africa. Sikhuluma ukuthi waqala emafamu ngasemandeni, waqala eNgingindlovu, wakhula nempilo yakho, wathi mawufika eThekwini wahlangana ne-internet somehow ngenxa yomsebenzi owenza. From there on uthando lalo livele ladlondlobala, wabona into eziningi zenzeka emva kwalokho. Cha, ngiyayithanda le ndaba. I think ngakutshela iqiniso, uma ngikhulume yami iyafana nayo. Awukho umehluko. Ngikhumbula ngisemangosuthu, iMangosuthu Technicon, ngangumfundi wokuqala owaba ne-email. Abafundi bengana-email. Ngihleli ku-server room, ngisebenza direct ku-server room, ngikhuluma nabangani bami engangibatshela nge-internet, by the way, bese-America ngaleso sikhathi.
Yes.
Ngiyajabula ukuthi le mpilo esoyihamba ndawonye akuyona ehlukene, ihlangene, inendlela esiqhamuka kuyona. And so kwazi ukuthi sithatha abantu ba-understand ukuthi noma uthi uqhamuka kephi, le ndlela ye-FYR ayidingi ukuthi uzuhambe uye endaweni ezihlakaniphile kuphela. Uyakwazi ukuthi uhlele ekhaya emafamu, uyiqale khona, uyisebenze, ufunde kancane kancane, uyifundisa wena uzokwazi ukuphumelela. Likhona-ke Mzoyi lokugcina ofuna ukulisho kubo wonke umuntu njengoba siqale le-Youth Month, kukhona nje owazi ofuna ukudlulisa bese azosilindela sibuye futhi next week sokhuluma nabo?
Mostly bafethu ngiyafisa uku-encourage abantu abasha to volunteer their services. And also collaborate. Collaboration, I mean ukuthi uma kungakini khona umfana oculayo and wena you're studying marketing, make that person your project.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you got talent, and then mina, I'm gonna be your marketing manager right now. At this level, it's no contracts, nothing. But you practicing ngalo muntu odingayo usizo lwakho, you get to learn experience omunye umuntu angeke abe nayo. Yabo, uzoqala wena at your ground root level, mhlambe going house to house and saying nice ID yomngani wami, angithi you're a marketing manager, and then you'll move to digital, and then you keep going, and that's how you grow your career. You don't need to finish school first before you start implementing what you study. I find that a lot of people are studying to graduate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those who are fortunate to study. No, fundela practice lento yenzayo. Practice as you go. You're studying law. Find out a way you can volunteer your services on the ground from scratch, from the start. Like your prime time, is when you are young. When you are young, do all things you can. Give it your all. So that by the time sumdala kuthiwa usunayo le experience le ka 3 years usunayo, suphuma nayo evarsity. Uya evarsity usiyaveza ukuthi hayi bengisebenza ka GoDigital, ngisiza ngama weekend kuyimina obamba i-antenna lapha ye-Wi-Fi ukuthi ngawo. Something small. Start small, guys. I find a lot of people don't want to start small. People just want to start with big salaries. I'm like, yeah, I know you deserve it, but start small, grow. Ungaliyeki ithuba just because it's not what you want at that time. Ngena kube khona into oyenzayo at that time until you find what you really want or what you meant to do. There is no information useless. Kumnandi ukuthi mina makhunywa ngamasaluni ngiyakwazi ukukhomenta. I've had jobs go Sunsilk. I've worked for Sunsilk doing their promotions because it appears that I once worked at the hair salon. Angi clean, because I was observant, looking ukuthi isetshenziswa kanjani, relax. And then when the big chunk comes from Sunsilk relaxer, which they want me to MC their gigs national, they chose me because I had experience. Yes, in my salon.
Wow.
Combined. Yeah.
I think njengomuntu omncane enhlizweni osakhula futhi, I'm learning so much today, Mzo. And I think abantu abaningi babukelela phansi ukwenza izinto ezincane ngomakhelwane, into ezincane kusiza omunye umfowethu. Kanti izona ezidingekayo kwakhe impilo vele vele, indlela esipractice ngayo. Ngiyajabula Mzo ukuthi sibe nalesikhathi namhlanje. Ngiyajabula ukuthi sikwazi ukuthinta abantu ngendlela esiwathinta ngayo. Esantweni elilandelayo ngifuna ke sithinte manje ukuthi ngifuna ke singene nje deeper ukuthi siyakha kanjani image nebrand yethu. Sisebenzisa kanjani le fourth industrial revolution ukwakha ibrand. Sipractice kule brand yethu. Sisebenzisa kanjani bonke labo internet esikhulume ngabo ukwakha ibrand. Sisebenzisa kanjani into ezihlukahlukene lezi ezakha umjalo bethu ku-internet. More especially ngifuna sifocus nje sisebenzisa i-technology. Siyakha kanjani impilo siko yethu, sishintsha kanjani lapho esikhona. Ngiyajabula kakhulu Mzo, ngiyathemba ukuthi uphephile ndoda. Sisakulokudana yashintsha level level 3 noma isingconywana. Kodwa isafana. Injalo nje. Ngithemba ke Mzo ukuthi sizawuqhubeka nosuku and sibatshele nje abanye basijoyine nango Thursday lapho kusisonke drive in the afternoon. Siqhubeka Saturday futhi sikhulume more. Ayike Mzo, angithi ngifuna uvalelise ukuze sikwazi ukudlala ingoma yethu yokuphuma siqeda futhi namhlanje. Siyabonga Mzo. ke papai uzosebonana ba.